All right, so I'm going to go grab the coffee of the day. We're going to take a look at that, and then we'll talk a little bit about the workout. Okay, so we've got a coffee by Green Mountain. It's called Black Granite Espresso Style Dark Roast Coffee. I'm looking forward to trying this later because I'm a big fan of dark roast coffee anyway, so I'll be enjoying this a little bit later after my workout. Okay, so this would be the long run, and it's the last day of week number 8. So this marks the halfway point between now and the Boston Marathon. I wish that it was longer. I wish that I had about 6 months because my left hip it's not in great shape, and it has a lot more healing to do. Now, I'm thankful to have 8 weeks yet for it to heal. Whether or not that's going to be enough, time's going to tell. Time is going to tell. So I'm just moving forward as if it is going to be enough, as if my hip is going to be fine to be able to run it. That's all I can really do is just stay positive and continue to do things that I'm doing. The one change that I made today, instead of doing my traditional yoga, what I've done is I incorporated more of the rehab type of exercise, so strengthening, trying to bring that hip back in line. So I'd say it's closer to about 50-50 of the kind of yoga that I was doing. That was some dynamic stretches, things like that, and some of those one-legged exercises that I learned to do last time that I was in physical therapy. So that's the one change that I made, and hopefully that'll make a difference. I'm also using my full leg compression sleeves, trying to improve the blood flow, things like that. So just little things I'm going to continue to do. Whether or not it makes a big difference, especially like with the compression sleeves, those air compressed sleeves, at least mentally, I feel like I'm doing something, even if it's not really having much of an impact. Maybe I can get a little bit of the placebo effect from using them. So again, it makes me feel like at least I'm doing something. This is what would be the long run. So it's scheduled to go for 2 hours and 45 minutes with 10 minutes to cool down. So we're talking just shy of 3 hours. It's a long time. It's a long time. All right. Whew. Let's get into this one. So I'm just really getting started with this workout. I'm only a minute or two in. But I was, thinking about the marathon, that's coming up. And, pretty much after every marathon that I've completed, my calves have been quite sore. Even those that I felt like I had run a really solid training block, you're pushing it. And, your calves get sore. And it's difficult to walk for a few days. So that's something that is definitely going to be a concern, and it is a concern. So I'm going to be doing a few more calf strengthening exercises between now and race day. I've got 8 weeks to work on that. So it's just something I need to incorporate because I know it's going to become an issue, especially since I'm not running. So, and what kind of brought this back around to the forefront of my mind is that little bitty recovery jog run that I did the other day where I discovered that my hip wasn't quite ready. The next day, my calves were sore. And I definitely was not expecting that. The rest of my body, my cardio, all that stuff was fine. Everything with the exception of my hip, but my calves are something that, that's going to be a concern. So definitely going to be working on building that calf strength so that maybe, hopefully, it won't be quite so bad after the Boston Marathon. Okay, so hydration-wise, I'm loaded up today. I'm using cold bottled water, out of my fridge, and I've got one on the bike. I've got 4 additional bottles sitting next to me on a bar stool that I drug over. to kind of hold the things that I want to have access to during my workout so I don't have to stop. Well, here's a question for you guys. Talking about hydration and stopping. For those of you that have gone, long distance running, so, 10K and up, when you come to the hydration stations, do you prefer to run through them, or do you like to walk through, make sure you get a good solid drink of water? I've done both. The first time, though, that I've actually walked through a bit of a hydration station was in New York at the New York Marathon. And, that was in the latter miles, up around mile 20 or so. When I came to that hydration station, I wanted to make sure that I got plenty of water. I already knew that I wasn't going to be, running a Boston qualifying time that day, and it was getting hot. So I just want to make sure that, I stayed healthy. So when I came to the last, I think, 2 hydration stations, I really kind of slowed down and walked a bit through that until I got, as much water as I thought I needed before taking off again. But I know that there are, marathoners out there who run incredible times that walk through every hydration station that they want to. So I was just curious what your guys' thoughts were on that. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just, what you prefer to do. All right. I got a couple more minutes seated, and then I'll come back up out of the saddle and start my next 20-minute block. Whew. So for nutrition, so I am taking in, some nutrition during this long effort. I'm still trying to use this in the same way that I would a long run. So, about every 45 minutes, which I probably wouldn't stretch it quite that long if I were running, but it's close enough for practice purposes. And I do need to take in some carbs along the way. So I'm using the Martin gels. I've had really good luck with those. I haven't had any kind of stomach upset. They go down pretty easy. They did take a little getting used to because it's a thicker kind of a substance than the Guroctanes or the SIS, things like that I've taken and used in other marathon races. But I really like the Martin gels, and that reminds me, I'm going to have to order some because I am starting to get low, and I don't have any left that have caffeine in them. And I do like to alternate during the marathon efforts between, the ones with caffeine and ones without. So, mental note to myself, I need to get on their website and order some more. All right, I'm going to let you go for now. Okay, so we're 2 hours in, about 2.5 bottles of water that I've taken in so far. So I've got another 2.5 to go as far as my stash for my hydration. It feels pretty good to say that I've got just, 3 20-minute intervals to go. It feels like we're really making some progress. And I just am resetting the 60-minute workout on my television for this final countdown here. Feels really good mentally to think that I've got just 3 20-minute segments to go, or just one workout video. A lot better than thinking about it as 60 more minutes in the pain cave. All right, get a few more drinks of water here, a few more sips. couple more minutes seated in the saddle, and then I'll come back out for another 15 minutes. And we're going to repeat that 3 more times. Whew. Oh, so getting ready to head into the last one. Definitely a long session today, but it feels really good to be thinking that I'm going into that last 20-minute segment. You know, my legs are tired. They're really, really tired. But you know, they should be. I'd question whether or not I got the full intent of the workout in if my legs were still feeling fresh at this point in the workout. So I'm just going to say that, you know, we're getting it done today. We're getting it done. A couple more minutes to sit down and spin them out. I'm going to come up and rise up out of the saddle and finish this one off. All right, we'll talk more right after I complete it. All right, we'll see you back here in a minute. I am really glad to have that one done. You know, some days you look forward to working out, and for me, sometimes it just depends on the workout that I'm doing. And today, knowing that I was going to be in my living room, it just wasn't something that I was super excited to do. But now that I've done it, whew, I feel really good about that. Okay, so we'll just take a look at the numbers. I went 3 hours. That's just kind of how I set it up, because I was doing those 20-minute segments. And the total distance was 84.28 kilometers. Average power was 248.1. 76 was my RPM, so that's how fast I was turning my legs over. And then the average resistance was 8. All right. As I said, I'm just really thrilled to have that one done. I am soaking wet, just soaking wet. There isn't a dry piece of clothing on my body right now, so I'm really looking forward to, you know, getting that little bit of stretching in and getting that shower taken. And then I'm going to come down and I'm going to enjoy that espresso coffee. I've never had that flavor by Green Mountain, so I'm excited because if I do like it, I suspect that that's one that I'd be able to find pretty much year-round. Not positive on that, but I'm looking forward to giving it a try because I do like a bold coffee. So I'm going to enjoy that here in just a couple of minutes. So we'll see you back down, and we'll check out that coffee and kind of wrap this video up. All right, we'll see you back here in a minute. Oh, that shower sure felt good today. Wash off today's workout. All right, it's time to have that cup of coffee. Oh, I kind of forgot the name of it. I know it's an espresso, so it's called Black Granite, and it says it's an espresso style of dark roast. So, all right, let's get this one going in the Keurig. Smells good. Boy, did you see how dark it was coming out of the Keurig? They weren't kidding when they said it's a dark roast. Oh, that is very good. Very good. So yeah, it does have that espresso. It's a strong cup of coffee. If you like a strong cup, I would say this is really on the upper end of that bold category of coffees, but I love it. I love it. So I'm gonna have to do a little research, see if I can pick up a few more of these because they're really good, really good. Woo. All right, time to edit this video and keep pushing forward with the day. All right, you guys, thanks for making it to the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it for you. As always, run tall, run strong, be kind to one another. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.